Okay, welcome back. Where are we? Okay, we're in the drawing. We've got the top of our wall established. Okay, we're just going to steal this here. Let's zoom down on it. Okay, well, I'm just going to steal this line. This tells us where our roof is. I'm going to take it from the top of the wall, and then I'm going to zoom previous. Okay, I'm going to stick it on, okay, right there. Boom. Okay, so that's the edge of my roof. If I zoom in here, you can see how it comes right down to the overhang. Okay, and I need a line halfway through this building, so let's go near NAR right there and to parallel. That tells me where half is, right? And so I'm going to MI for mirror, and I'm going to take this roof line and I'm just going to mirror it right on there. Enter. Well, that didn't work. That's because this line didn't go all the way through here. Okay, we can do it again. Mirror this line. Now when we pick center, it'll work. And we can erase this one. Okay, I'm just going to fillet these two. That's going to be the top of my roof. Okay, I'm going to put some fascia all the way around this house, a 2x6 fascia. So I'm going to offset 6 inches. Oh, I don't want to go that direction, I want to go that direction. Okay, fillet. Okay, get rid of that one. So I can fillet that to that, and that right there to that. It's getting a little hard to pick. I could zoom in, but I'm making it. Okay, so that's the fascia on the side of my roof, my finished fascia. This is a post. Okay, see those posts there? Well, we'll draw in that post. Okay, that post is holding up this roof to that point right there. There's a beam. Okay, we've already drawn it in. Over here, see that blue line going all the way through? That designates a beam. Okay, sitting on top of those posts, holding up the roof trusses. Okay, so we're going to draw in that beam. Let's say we're building it out of, we're not sure right now, we haven't done the structural on this yet, but I'm going to offset 10 inches for a 2x10. Okay, and then I'm just going to, yeah, I can fillet. Okay, I'm just going to trim. I'm going to trim. Sometime I'm going to trim. Okay, that one and that one. And I'm just going to do this. So for all intents and purposes, that is a beam sitting on top of a post. Okay, so as I come down here, this is the top of my floor. There's the top of my concrete. I'm going to have that post. I'm going to get rid of this line. I don't want wood down below that 8 inches. I want concrete. So I'm just going to fillet this post. Okay. This foundation came in. We brought it in. The block was, it's a 4 foot, which is perfect for the garage. All we have to do is this footing down below has to be below frost, and in this area that's 4 feet. So this is my garage area here. I can copy that bit of footing. I'm going to take it from this corner and I'm going to put right there. Okay, and then I'm going to put another one the other side of the wall from that corner and put it right there. Okay, so that's the footing for the concrete for the garage, which has no basement. Okay, but over here in the house I have a basement, and we've already established from the homeowner that he's going to need 10-foot high ceiling actually, and so I got rid of that line. I'm going to get it back. So this would be my top of concrete. If I offset 10 inches, that would be, okay, my floor joist. And so from this is the ceiling of my basement, the bottom of my floor joist. So I'm going to offset 10 feet, okay, to give them a, okay, so that would be the top of my slab. And so I'm just going to stretch all of this down to that point right there. So there's my footing. My concrete slab's going to sit right on top of that footing, okay, and that's going to give me my 10-foot high basement. Actually, I got 4 inches of concrete slab there. Okay, so this pretty much has to stretch down from there to there. Okay, I can get rid of these construction lines. I can get rid of, no, I don't want to get rid of that one yet. Okay, I'm going to trim right here, and I'm going to get rid. Now that's the side of my house. I can trim it here. Okay, now this overhang here needs to be finished. We're actually going to use what we call soffit. It's thin metal, okay, with holes in it to let air through into the attic space, and it's going to be in this location right here. And for all intents and purposes, for an elevation, I'm just going to clean it up just like that. Okay, so there's my 9'8" below the surface concrete. Okay, now I need another one of those on the other side of the house. Right there. No, yeah, right there. Okay, that's the other side of my house. The rest is just walkway. Okay, so I'm going to steal this copy, and I'm going to put it right there. Okay, I'm going to move it. I have an 8-inch concrete foundation and a 6-inch post, so I'm just going to slide it over an inch so it's centered on that. I think I slid everything. Okay, I'm just going to move this line back there. Okay, now they're not going to dig a trench and actually put a footing underneath this. They're just going to use a round cardboard tube called a sonotube. It's going to be 10 inches in diameter. They're just going to drill down a hole. They're going to put the sonotube in, and then they're going to flare it at the bottom, let some concrete out. And so I'm just going to show that it's not a wall. Okay, and we will show it on the foundation plan. Okay, and then I'm just going to I'm going to fillet that to that, and then I can erase this, and I can erase this, and I can erase this. I'm just going to erase that one. Okay, and I don't need a keyway in there. Well, actually, I don't even need this. Okay, so that just shows that that concrete is flared out at the bottom, and I'm 4 feet, and I'm just holding up a post. So there'll be one of those under each one of these posts. Okay, they're structural members, so holding up the roof, and so we have to be below frost so that those never move. Okay, so the rest is the garage. Okay, the garage is the same pitch as the this house roof, so we can steal those members. But we have on the garage, he wants a 12-foot door. So if you go over here to garage, these are great big openings to drive cars into. These are overhead doors. They slide down from the top and then put away. They slide up. the green line is the door layer. Those are the actual doors. This hidden line is how the door travels. Okay, so when it's up in the ceiling, when it's opened, it'll take up that much room. That's for the electrician and so on, so he knows where to put a plug in if they want overhead door openers. Okay, this door he wants 12 feet wide and 12 feet high. It's to put his boat into. This door is for his wife's car, 10 feet wide by 9 feet high. Okay, and so when we have a 12-foot high opening and we have to put a structural member, a beam on top, we're going to have a 13-foot high ceiling in that garage. Okay, so it's the same as the house. This will be top of concrete, top of concrete. Okay, we're just going to put a slab below here that he's going to drive his cars on at grade level. Okay, so he doesn't have to, you don't have a step or anything to drive your car in right from the front lawn or from the gravel of the driveway, concrete of the driveway, whatever. Okay, but our walls are going to be built on top of these walls, these concrete walls, and so now we're going to offset 13 feet from there. Okay, so that's the height of the walls in the garage. Okay, so if we steal this roof, copy, okay, we'll take that little piece too, and we take it from top of wall, and we put it on top of wall here, okay, and then we mirror it, right down the center of this. I'm just going to use near, okay, enter. Okay, so that's the roof of the garage. Okay, so we can erase this, and we can erase this. Okay, we can trim that and that. Okay. Okay, we know our door is going to start from grade, and it's going to be 12 feet. So offset 12 feet. Okay, and offset, the other was 9 feet. Oh, not 9 inches. Erase. Okay, so offset 9 feet. Okay, I'm just going to explode those lines. Okay, and I'm just going to match properties to layer 0, just so I don't get confused. Okay, oh, I'm missing a line here. I got rid of one too many. I'm just going to draw a line here. That's, oh no, I picked the wrong line. Ah, that's a drag. Okay, line from the edge of the building. Okay, now I got to move all of this. All of that from there to there. Okay. And then I'm going to play that to that and that to that. Ooh, and I'm not down the center. Have I done this wrong again? Do to 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 do. Yeah. It's a height thing. Okay, and then I'm going to move this from there to there. Okay, now when I fillet, it should come right down the center. Fillet this. Okay, I think I'm right now. Okay, there my crosshairs are on. There's the edge of the door, there's the outside of the wall, there's the 2-foot overhang for the roof. Okay, we're back in business. This extends to here. Okay, trims there and there, get rid of that. Okay, this is for our door opening. clean this up. This is our 12-foot. Okay, you can see we're leaving room for a header over top. And somehow I got rid of this line. Oh, I did that too. Unbelievable. Well, making a video, eh? Not paying attention. Move. Okay, there to there. And that's the opening of my door. Let's do that so I don't get any more confused. Okay, we can trim. Okay, there's the door. We can trim right down to the ground. Okay, now I got this height thing again. If there's an easy way to fix this, I want to find it. Okay, what if I take a line from, okay, let's trim, get rid of that, and then I take a line from the middle here to the outside edge, okay, and then I erase this, and I mirror that, and that, right from, where's the center? Oh, I believe that's the center. Okay. Okay, have I done it? I think I have. Whoa, what a schmozzle. Okay. We can trim. Okay, I don't trust myself now. Okay, so those crosshairs line up, and those crosshairs line up. And my door, and my door, and my roof looks good. Okay, I think I have it. Okay, extend. Okay, top of concrete. We don't want any siding or anything on top of that. Okay, I think I've got it. So there's a post. Okay, at this point right here, there's a beam that runs from there to hold this roof up. Okay, and it's right in line with this beam. Okay. Okay. Now, it's set back, so you wouldn't actually see it between there and there. Oh. Trim. There. Okay. And it just goes right into that wall. Now, the fascia will go right across. Now this roof's actually we're gonna overhang it a little bit just to make it look a little nicer. Okay, so we're just gonna do it 12 inches on that direction. Okay, and our fascia is gonna just go right out, just overhang it a little bit. Okay, so a little bit of math. It's a 5/12 pitch, so that's 5 inches and 12. Our overhang is 2 feet, and so if you take 5 inches, it'll be 10 inches. So if we offset 10, that would be the height of the roof in a 2-foot overhang. So this building, this roof overhangs this building. Okay, you wouldn't see this from here to here. Okay, and you're not going to see this beam underneath. Okay, so there you can hopefully start to see the roof forming. Now we need to know the height of this roof, and so basically we draw the elevation. we're not going to see it. If we're standing over where my crosshairs are over here, and we look, we won't see this roof. Okay, so at no time are we going to draw it. We know that the distance between these two beams, okay, if I go over here, distance from there to there is exactly 8 feet. Okay, so we're going to draw some 8-foot roof. If I just take a line here and I offset it 8 feet, okay, and I take some roof, okay, so copy, we'll just take this line from that point right there and plunk it right there, right, and we'll draw a line in the middle and we'll mirror it. Okay, so basically what we've got, there's the little roof that goes across. It would be at that height. So we'll just take that line and run it straight through. Whoa, undo. That didn't go straight. Line. Okay, straight across. I don't want halfway, I want perpendicular. There it is. Or parallel, or whatever it is. Trim it. Okay, so that's that little roof. Okay, we got the height by just using construction lines over here. Okay, get rid of that. That's the breezeway. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. We can get rid of this. Okay. We have no windows. Okay, this is the side of the house. Okay, so we will get rid of this. Okay. Okay, so that's the side of the house. Now we will finish off this area right in here. It'll be a gable end, right? And it'll be from the top of this beam. And so we'll just run right through to there and fillet it. Okay? So that's how that house will be finished. Now, we can add all sorts of stuff. We could put brick on it. We could put anything we want. Okay? And that's pretty much up to the homeowner what he wants. We can fool around with a couple of different designs. Okay, I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. You're not going to see this line. There. Okay, we need to do the soffit here. And I think we need to clean it up a little bit right there. Okay, clean this up. Okay. Okay, the doors are built in panels. The 12-foot high door will be 24-inch panels. Okay, this is a symbol for an overhead door. Okay, this door will roll up into the ceiling like we showed in plan. Okay, this is a 9-foot high door. It'll be 21-inch panels. Okay, leaving 124 at the bottom. Okay, so that designates our door. Now we can put some trims on. We can go offset, what, 6 inches, and we can put some trims around. The trims will not go down to the ground. Right, they will stop at concrete. You do not want anything within 8 inches of the ground. It'll just rot. Water splashes up on it. It's part of the building code. Okay. Now, somehow we lost a line here showing top of concrete. Okay, and then I'll just trim it. So these doors will go down to the ground, or they'll go down to the concrete slab. Okay, we can put some side trims on. Okay, we'll just do 6 inches. And maybe a trim at the top. Okay. Okay. Fillet this. Okay, that's just a trim board. Nailed right on. Okay, and then we can put some, let's say, horizontal siding. So we'll B-hatch, user defined. We'll go 0 degrees as far as the angle. 5 inch. Well, we'll do 7 inch hardy plank. Let's say. We just pick that area. Okay, and go OK. Okay, we put that on the hatch. We don't want to go too far at preliminary stage because he may come along and say, you know what, I want vertical siding. So again, we won't go too far. I'm going to move this now. This is the symbol showing the pitch of the roof. Okay, I'm going to just explode it, and I'm going to move this part to here. So that's a 512 pitch going up there, 512 going here. We can just copy this symbol and just put one right on that roof as well. I'm going to do a small dimension, DIM, horizontal. Okay, and I'm just going to pick right there to there and bring it down. I'm going to put that on the dimension layer. Okay, and then I'm just going to copy it from there to there. Okay, showing that we've got a 2-foot overhang all around this house. Okay, there we have a 2-foot overhang here. We can show that. There. Okay, here we'll put some trim on. Okay, I might put one there, I might put one there, and there. Okay, and then just clean it up. Okay, trim. And get rid of that one. Okay, and then B-hatch. Same hatch. Okay, match properties to this hatch. There we go. Okay, I can put some roof hatch on. It's going to give me an error message, just don't worry about it. And I'm going to go down here. I have this little thing called asphalt. Okay. Scale, I can't remember, probably about 10. Preview it. Yeah, that looks okay. And I'm just going to put that on the hatch layer. Okay. I'm going to go layer off all. Okay. All of these things. Now, why is that line so long? I'm just going to draw a line here. Whoops. Draw a straight line and trim. And then get rid of this. Okay, that all looks good. Okay, now I'm just going to start putting things on their different layers. For now, I'm just going to put everything on a wall. Where is it? Okay, and then we'll layer on wall. Okay, close enough. Okay, I might change these to door. Okay, layer on all. Okay, so front elevation. Okay, I have this little thing, express text, convert text to my text. So I'm going to do that. Okay, that way when I edit this text, I get the text editor. Okay, this is multi-line text. And there's a lot of things I can do with it here. I can underline it. Okay, there, it has an underline. I'm going to get into properties. Okay, I'm going to click on this, and it's Arch 8, and I'm going to switch it over to Arch 12. In fact, you can make it as big as you want. I think on the other drawing I made it 24 inches high, but for now, Arch 12 is good enough. Okay, next time we come back we'll do the other elevations. Okay, see you then.